Okay, I'm going to try and explain what I just did there. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm not even sure what to Google to find the name. But I did them in my last cover and I feel they deserve a bit more explanation because on my notation, I just basically put this lightly slide finger on the right hand up string to create harmonics. Probably deserves a bit more explanation than that. But essentially they are harmonics. And one way to think about it is kind of reversing the roles of what your hands would usually do. Because you can create harmonics the usual way and create a similar effect. So if I was just to lightly place my finger on the A string and slide it up and then pick it with my usual picking hand, you create this effect. If we reverse the roles of our hands, so we basically hammer on and pull off with our fretting hand and slide any part of the flesh of our right hand or use your finger up the string from here, you create a similar sound. That's because that's essentially how harmonics work, you know, you're breaking up the string into like ratios, I guess. So the harmonics you produce here, close to the nut where the string starts, are the same harmonics you'll produce here, close to the bridge where the string ends. Or you could say, well, that's where the string starts, that's where the string ends. So you could find, let's say, the harmonic on the 5th fret here. You could find the equivalent down here as well. So let's see when we do that. That's it there, I think. So, I mean, if you got a ruler or a measuring tape, you'd probably find that that distance there is the same as that distance there. That's just how it works. So, what's the best way to kind of make these harmonics sound and jump out? Well, I find the only sound for me best on the A string, the D string, and the G string. I think the first time I ever came across them was on Ring of Fire by Def Leppard, and I had to learn that for the cover. And then I'm sure I saw Phil do it on his solo performance on the In the Round release from 1988. He does something like that. And on a couple of live videos of Mick Mars doing Wild Side, he did something like that on the section I do on the cover, because I don't think it's actually on the record. But if we just stick with the A string here, so what I'm essentially doing, I'll just show you what I'm doing with my left hand. You're basically hammering on and pulling off. I'm picking the 3rd fret. You could pick, you know, the 2nd or 4th. I think 3rd fret you find the most of the time. I'm essentially just doing this. There's no clever muting techniques I'm doing there, apart from how I'd usually hammer on and pull off. And with my right hand, I'm essentially doing this. Again, I'm just resting my whole palm over the strings. I'm not trying to, you know, unmute the A string or anything like that. I'm just resting it down lightly and moving it up. And you can do the same with just like your finger, any finger like that at all. And essentially you put them together, you get this. Try the D string. Try the G string. And I'll show you why it doesn't seem to work on the B string. Actually, fair enough, you're starting to get a little bit there, but I find it's quite hard to do the hammer on and pull off technique. So yeah, essentially, lightly muting the string. Don't worry too much about trying to make the string you want to pop out. Just lightly rest your hand on it and slowly move it up. Left hand, hammer on, pull off. Other notes, I mean, I have a lot of, well, not a lot of gain, but I've got distortion, I've got a compressor on, I've got delay and chorus, that's also what you're hearing. So essentially just try and get some hammer on and pull off strength in your left hand and lightly rest either a finger or your palm going up. Okay, hopefully that explains it.